Applaud yourself.
Hello, family. Now you know that you did not need validation from them because your validation came from God. And now you know where it is that God is taking you. Now you know that the work that He wants you to do, the assignment that He wants you to fulfill. Now you no longer look for validation in other people. So now you have to know, listen, that you will become the topic. You will become the discussion. You will become the target. Because where God is taking you, you have to have enemies. Where God is taking you, they do not understand. So now they are mad because you no longer call them and look for your validation. You no longer call them to look for your next move. You no longer call them for them to pick you back up. You no longer call them when you need a word from God. Because see, now you have learned that you can go to God all by yourself, family. Now that you learn, listen, I know I can study to show myself approved unto God. Listen, I know that I can pick myself back up. I know that it was me that have left Yahweh and He haven't left me. I know that I'm the guiding light in my family. I know when I walk into that room that He walk in with me. I know when I walk out of those doors that He walk with me. So I know that the temple is right here on the inside of me. So when I walk into these places and God walk with me, listen, I know when I walk out, listen, He is coming with me. And I know that the journey is the testimony. Not saying that God is not with the people that He is forming into the image of His likeness, but I am saying that God have left some of these people and they don't even see it. That's why they are angry at you. That's why they are jealous of you in secret, because they didn't see God doing a work in you. They saw you as that person that always was going to need them, that was always going to look to them for your next move. See, you were one of those people. You didn't know who you were. So you always had to call people. You always had to have a group. But see, now you no longer fit in that circle. You no longer fit in that group. And some of you never did. And see, that wasn't nothing but the gift of God that you didn't fit in. Because see, you were set apart. Because these people call each other and they look for validation in each other. But they can't even see it because the devil have them blindsided. They cannot even see it because they talk too much. They cannot even see it because they are not submissive in the eyes of God. They cannot even see it because they will not humble themselves before God. But see, God has been dealing with you, and now you know where you're going. Listen, you know you're in the image of what God wants you to be, and now they just cannot stand the fact that you have found yourself. They cannot stand the fact that you have gotten into your word for yourself and found out that everything that they were saying, listen, a lot of things they weren't even living. Listen, a lot of those things that they were trying to preach to you, listen, they were living in darkness. Listen, a lot of things that they were trying to tell you, listen, we are always here for you. We always gonna have your back. Just to find out that they were gonna be way back. Just to find out they were gonna be behind the scenes, trying to find their next attack. So when you broke that covenant with them, listen, when God closed the portals to what they were trying to attack you with, listen, God allowed you to see them from afar. God have allowed you to see that wolf in those sheep clothing, to see them in your dreams. You're fasting more, you're praying more. So yes, applaud yourself because you didn't need them like you thought you did. Applaud yourself because now you know when you wake up in the morning, it's all about God and everybody else come last. Everybody else is on the back burner. See, now that you know who you are and that you are who you are, and you lift your head up and you walk in confidence with God walking with you every step of the way, now they cannot take it because they thought that you were going to stay stagnated. But now God is elevating you. You are rising to the top. And now you see them for who they really are. You see that they never had your back. You see that they were never praying for you. You see that they never wanted you to go higher, especially if it was higher than them. You cannot help it that you are chosen. You cannot help it that you have visions. You cannot help it that you are anointed, family. So I want you to continue to be that curse breaker. Continue to be that generational curse breaker, that family curse breaker, that guiding light. Listen, in the image of what God wants you to be, in the image of his likeness, because everybody could not go with you. That's why that branch fell off that tree. So God was allowing you to see them for who they really were. They fell down and God said they cannot go with you. Now God is still with some people, but God have walked away from many. And you better know, family, that God is trusting you to continue to go on this journey without these people. So you're going to have to pray for them, family, and you're going to have to keep on going. And it is okay that you are the topic, because when you're at the top, you're always going to be the topic. And when you're the head, you're always going to be the headlights. So just only thing they need to see is those tail lights and you pulling off. Listen, those tail lights and you walking away. Those tail lights and you closing the door behind you, because listen, you know that God is with you. And that's all you need, family, is the Creator and the Most High. Listen, y'all, you got this. Applaud yourself. I love you, family. God bless.